Hello Libra. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn, Supportive Oracle Cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle Cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen. There's Gretchen's last name. So if you want to find any of those things, there's the information to do that. Push that there. Okay, Libra. I feel like we have a lot of good energy, so let's see how this comes through. All right, this is curious. Let's see how this is going to go. Libra. Okay. Coming into this, you got rejection, passion, and miracle. Quite the combination. This situation did not start off anywhere near the way you thought it would. Somebody kind of pulled a quick one. The way you thought it was going to go did not really work out. Somebody pulled a fast one. It's like left field. That's what I'm getting with rejection. Left field. Passion is telling me it worked out well, and miracle right with it is telling me like you can get behind this situation, but it's really left field. Like, wait a minute, what's going on? How did that happen? That's not at all the way you thought it should happen, but it's working. That's the miracle with the passion. Like, the miracle is telling me it's working. It's working a lot better than you ever thought it would. Passion is like you can get behind it, but rejection is telling me nowhere near what you thought was going to happen. Left field move here. Left field. And it's good. The situation is good. You got the Sun card here right in the situation. Like, you and everybody else is happy with it. It's just not at all what you thought was going to happen or the way you thought it would. It's almost like you thought this should work out and that would balance out better with this. This would go good with here and there and the other thing. Somebody comes in with like a wrecking ball, blasts it all out of proportion and says, well, this is what you all think is happening, but here's the truth. Here's what this is all built on. Here's what's real under this. Here's what's really going on down here. This is what we're going to restabilize this with, and this is why, and this is how this better makes sense. And you're like, yeah, that makes sense because I didn't have any of that information. Okay, let's do that. I can get behind that. Okay, let's do it. It's completely left field. You're not expecting it, but it works out perfectly. And you're like, okay, cool. As long as it works out, okay, whatever, it's fine. You're not mad at it. You're not upset with it. It doesn't really get you out of joint. It's just not expected. Now, the thing is, there are some conflicts of interest here. I got the Nine of Wands in the center, with which is happening between you and what's actually going on. Whoever you're dealing with, between you and them, you and the situation. You got the Nine of Wands and you got the Vanity. There's conflicts of interest here is what I'm getting with the Vanity. Some people have their own short-sighted goals, I want to say, and the Nine of Wands is like they don't want to give up on that. It's kind of like somebody else said, that's not what's happening. We got to change things. Here's what's really going on. You're behind that, but then other people are like, wait, with that original plan, I was going to get some stuff out of that, and I still want what I was going to get. So before we change everything, I still want what I feel is owed to me. That's the Vanity. Certain people are trying to make things happen the way they think it should happen because they want their short-sighted goals. Is that Release? That is Release with the Magician, which is actually the Alchemist. Same difference in my opinion. Somebody's really, at least more, might be more than one. I feel like it's more than one person, is trying to get what they want, trying to get what they wanted out of the original plan. They want to get back what they think they might have lost with the original plan, and they're trying to fight to get it back to where they'll get their same benefit that they want. Now, on your side, you're kind of like, you're kind of confused about this, because you literally got the confusion card right there. This is supposed to go forward. We got new information. The old way of doing things isn't going to work with this new information. And you're kind of like, that's not right. Like, things are changing. We're all having to change. Regressing to certain things just so these people can get the benefits that they want. The benefits, there we go. That's not right. That's incorrect. But at the same time, it's kind of like, having to deal with these people and having to fight with them over this, that's not fun either. So there's a weird moment here, kind of like we were going in a good direction, we were going towards this new plan, and then other people started giving us an issue, like, no, I don't want to lose out on what I was going to get. I still want to get what I was going to get. I had plans for that stuff, so I still want that. And I know it went with the original plan, which we can't do anymore, but we must be able to meld that in. And you're like, that's not a good idea. You're kind of like, that's a faulty system. And integrating faulty pieces of that system, it's a faulty system. You need to leave it in the past and go forward with this new. But they're forcing the issue, and you're like, that's not right. That's not good. That's really getting you out of joint. Now, this is where you're getting a little bit unhappy with it. Kind of like these other people need to let it go, but they're like, no, we're not going to let it go. We want what we want. So that's its own situation. As it progresses to the next situation, the next piece of it, is this going good or bad? The old plan has to die. I know it says completion, but I'm noticing the grave there with that person. I feel like they can't bring forward something from the past. It's not going to work. And I feel like you have to, you have a hand in this. And it needs to end. It does need to end. Technically, some things could be pulled forward, but I feel like in order to succeed, you have to get in there and you have to help the situation along. You do have trickery on your side, but it's kind of like, instead of drawing this out for another 6 to 8 months, let's just shortcut this. Shut it down now, and you have to use trickery to your advantage. You have to do what you have to do to make it work out. That's what I'm getting. Kind of like, to make this work out correctly, you got to find a way to get this to shut down, and you're doing what you have to do to shut this down. Instead of dragging this out another 6 to 8 months, you're doing what you have to do. That's what I'm getting with the trickery, and you're working for the success of this. It is for the betterment of everybody. So you're kind of like, it may not be the most, I don't know. I'm feeling like you're going to have to use trickery to your advantage. I don't know. That's how it's coming through. Like, I feel like it might be just a case of you might be like just ignoring certain things and just kind of like moving it forward and just kind of pushing it forward and just ignoring things. It might be just as much as that. That might be the trickery. I don't know. I feel like to keep it from dragging out, you have to do what you have to do, is what I'm getting. I don't know what to say about that. In the environment, there's growth and acceptance. I feel like this is the right thing to do. It needs to be shut down. And I feel like another reason you kind of have to do this with the trickery is because if it lingers on another 6 to 8 months, it could linger beyond that. And it's like, to really get the success going, because the Seven of Wands is like success through effort. It's like you got to put a lot of effort. The success can come out through here, but there's got to be a lot of effort put into it. To make that happen and keep it from lingering on, and to keep this old situation from lingering on, to get it to actually shut down, you're going to have to do what you have to do. You might have to play it a little sly. That's what I'm getting. The growth will come from this once they accept. The situation has to be accepted that it's over. The last situation has to end. Like, it's a much better situation. It's a lot better things coming forward for everybody once that last part is shut down. It has to be shut down. The growth will come forward once the acceptance is there. Once people accept that all that from the last situation, that's done. Leave it there. We're going forward in a new way. They will get on board with it once they realize it's done, but there has to be no question. There can't be any more playing the sides. Like, oh, but can we still get that? Oh, but can we still get this? No, that has to be shut down. Like, nothing here from the past is an option anymore. People will get on board once they realize that's done. There's no more dickering around with that. Okay. They are going to be, I feel like they're going to be shocked about the new situation coming forward. There's a lot more here to be gained. And I feel like people are really having a hard time getting used to it at first. I do feel like people are going to get their benefits back, whatever that is. That's kind of the Tower card here. Like, something they thought was lost will actually return, is what I'm getting. In a different way. So whatever the benefit was, it's not going to be exactly the same, but it's going to be comparable. So it's not a big deal. I find it very strange how this is hitting you. Because I feel like you're the one that's kind of getting shortchanged. You got the facade here, like you're trying to be happier with the situation than you actually are. The situation as it's going forward in the new way, you've got to put a lot more effort into it. There's a lot more helping other people out. The way you have to do it, I don't feel like you're liking it. There's a lot of like, I don't know what to do with these people. There's a lot of feeling left out in the cold with this situation. You're getting benefit too from the situation, but it's not like, I feel like it's uncomfortable. You have to deal with people who make you uncomfortable. I feel like it's just kind of like you're making out, but you're not liking dealing with whatever you have to deal with. Ironically, the situation is going very well. You got the Two of Cups, and to me, in this situation, like, you're getting along with people. People are getting along with you. I just feel like what you have to do and who you have to deal with, you don't like. So it is working out well. It is working out well. I just feel like it's one of those situations where, how do I put this? Like it's like the job is good, but the people you have to deal with, you don't care for. They're just not your brand of people. They're just not your type of people. You just don't feel like you fit in. You can play along and get along with people, and you can kind of insert yourself in, and you can mirage yourself, but it's a facade. That's the facade too. I don't feel like you really match these people, and I feel like that's what bothers you. You can play along and act like you do, but in truth you don't. You don't feel comfortable with these people. The situation is good though. The situation is good. I just feel like I can't say it any other way. I think that's why it seems more like service to me in this situation. Because you have to kind of keep up a facade to get along. It's almost like somebody... Do I want to go down this road? Ugh. It's like being in a situation and the way you live life, you know that the majority of these people are going to have an issue with, so you have to keep it to yourself. And you can't, you've seen them give other people problems about that. You've seen comments, you've heard comments, you know that's the case. So that's why you're uncomfortable. You got to kind of like dull yourself down, and you have to go along with the pack and not highlight certain things about yourself because you know it's going to be a problem. It's like that. Situation isn't bad overall, but you can't be your full self in it. And that's what we're ending with. It's not bad, but it doesn't feel empowering. I think that's what bothers me with it. It's not bad. It's just a little off. All right. That's what I got. I think we should let it go there. Hopefully that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.